We're going to wait a few seconds to see who jumps in. And get everything ready while waiting. I hope this works like this. 7, 10, 10. Okay, so I'm going to start this now. If you're just if you're watching this after it's uploaded, then maybe just kind of fast forward the video. I'm just waiting for people to come in here. I have a nice cotton. Come in, don't come in. Come in, leave, don't come in. That's how lives are. Suddenly you see someone come in, they open the door, they see they're alone, and then they leave. Which is kind of a little ridiculous, because, I mean, when you're watching a video, it's not live, you're alone, right? Okay, so I'm trying it this way, guys, so bear with me. This is my first time trying it live like this. The video is vertical, and apparently it's better to do lives vertical. So, anyhow, here we go. I'm going to start shading this little cotton. This little cotton's name is Fluffy, and Fluffy is an 8-year-old cotton de Tulear. Fluffy likes to bite when I do the feet and nails, so I'm going to have to use the groomer's helper today. So here we go. We're going to do this live grooming. For those who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Jenn. I've been dog grooming professionally since 2010. So here we go. All right, so 7F for this little one. So it's always good. I know Fluffy doesn't have any, what you call those, warts and whatnot. But for an older dog, you got to be sure that there's no warts. So if anyone wants to comment or ask me any questions, my phone is right in my face, so I can read that and I can answer right away. Okay, so here we go. We got to take all of this beautiful hair off of her because she's so matted. Okay, she's got lots of mats back here, right here. She's got mats under her chest. You want to see the mats under your chest, honey? Let's show. Let's just show. She's a little nervous. Actually, a lot nervous. See all of this? You cannot brush that. That is like carpet. It's weaved in, so you cannot brush that. So we're going to be shaving this, and I'm going to use a 10 blade for this because I don't think the 7 blade will quite cut it. No pun intended. But anyhow, so this little cotton needs to be, like, look at her legs here too. So there's a lot going on here. I usually see her every 6 weeks. But I haven't seen her since December, and it's now March. Yes, we're March. All right, so turn her around. We're going to start the shave. Sit, sit, honey. So I'm here live for any questions. And yeah, so let's start this. We're going to shave this little girl. We're going to shave her first. And I'm going to show you how I get this done. Once I get to the knots, what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just getting rid of all of the top parts first, all her back. And bear with me, guys. This is my first time actually going live with my video camera, like it's my phone that I'm filming with. It's the first time that I actually film vertically like this. I usually film all of my videos horizontally, so there you go. Okay, so the top part, as you see, is not matted. There are many areas that's not matted, but many areas that are. So usually the areas that get matted up are the areas that will rub, you know. She wears a harness, and she's got a lot of matting there. And where they're going to sit, when they sit, sometimes that can also rub. And that causes matting. There's What was I going to say? Oh, hang on, honey. Turn, honey. Turn. She's stressed. She's a little nervous about this. Are you nervous about being on YouTube? I don't think so. So there's some matting here. You don't want to pull on the mat and start, you know, you don't want to catch that skin. See, when you pull, especially if you go in this way, if you're pulling and you have that skin coming out like that, you don't want to be doing that because you can see this? The skin can go right between these teeth here, and you don't want that. Okay, so it's best not to pull. I mean, holding lightly is okay. And I would say, like, see how the skin is like this? It's being pulled and it's straight like that. Well, I would come in and actually just work it lightly like this with, you know, not much pulling going on. If your blade cannot get through that mat, switch down to a 10 blade, because the 10 blade, as you see here, see how there's a difference. See how separated these teeth are compared to the 10 blade? So skin, you can still nick a dog with a 10 blade. It could happen, but you know, in general it doesn't if you're using it properly. So the skin won't get between those teeth. So I'm going to continue shading this little one here. And I'm shaving her first, of course, because all of this hair does not need to be washed and dried. Lock that leg. So I'm going to say hello to all of you this morning. I hope everyone's having a great day. It might not be morning for you. It's morning for me. Right now it's almost 15 after 10. So see all of that? I'm going to work that with a 10 blade. All of this, that's just too much work here. So before switching to the 10, I'm just going to finish using my 7 the best I can here. Here, this area here, I don't want to use a 7 around there. I'll use the 7 here, but I don't want to use the 7 here because I don't want to catch anything, right? Okay. I don't want to catch any skin. Let's bring that down here like that. It's probably all matted over here too. All right, little girl. I did a video yesterday, which I'm going to be launching on this Friday. It's another matted cotton. It's not a rarity that around this time of year that the cottons come in very matted up, because, you know, it's springtime, things are melting. I mean, they're in the snow and things are melting. I mean, you know, snow is melting, things are melting. And so, yeah, and a lot of people, sometimes in the wintertime, they just don't have their dogs groomed as often because, of course, they're thinking it's too cold, so I don't want to have him done. So, yeah, that's why sometimes they'll come in a little later. And then, seriously, when I see dogs every 8 weeks, sorry, honey, we got to turn. She's reluctant to turn. When I see dogs every 8 weeks, in general, there's no matting going on. But when I, you know, we'll just go an extra week, and that extra week is, again, too much. So she's got some going on over here, too, just a bit. Let's see if that can come out. And then for older dogs, when you're clipping around this area, sometimes the older dogs will have this skin that's just hanging out like that, and that's where you can, when you're clipping, that's when you can hurt and cut them. So it's best to come in an angle, or if you can, you hold the skin back just a little bit, like stretch it out, and then you go in. I mean, Fluffy's 8, but she's not like an old dog, right? So we have some work to do here. A little bit of mat there. You tend to want to pull on that. See that skin coming forward? If you come in like this, you are definitely going to open that skin. You don't be tempted to hold and pull that, okay? change blades here, I think. Hold her head up. Okay, so if my, this is all too much. That's just too much matting, so I'm going in with the 10, especially that this is an area where, see how again I'm pulling? Sometimes you won't even be pulling, because you'll notice in the video I recorded yesterday for this coming Friday, the cotton had some knotting going on, and as I clipped here, the knot caught into the blade, it pulled onto the skin, and it nicked the dog. You'll see there's a little nick, and it does happen. There's still always a danger too. When they get this bad, there's always chances that you can still nick the dog. You can be the best groomer in the world, and you can still, accidents happen. We do our best, but, as you're coming down, this comes in, it pulls like that can happen. So the best is to really try to stretch out that skin while you're working. It's not always easy because the dog might be fighting you, but you do your best, okay? I'm going to tie her back up here, and I am going to switch over to a 10 blade because I don't want to take any chances. And so I was explaining to the client that he was saying that, because you're shaving her down, it won't take you as much time. And that is something a lot of people believe, and that's not really true. Whenever we have a matted dog, it's you got to work those knots, right? There's just a little more work to be done. If this dog wasn't matted, I would have just vroom, 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 right? I would have just taken all of that out right away. But see, as she's matted, I have to work this a little more. So see how the 10 blade just cuts like butter? And I'm just lightly coming in. You have to analyze, look at the skin, analyze which way you're going to be going, and you have to look at how the skin might be loose. And yeah, it's just more work. And a lot of people tend to think that just because you're clipping them down, that it's going to be faster and easier. It isn't. It's more work. It would be a heck of a lot longer to do if I had to brush this dog out, but that would never happen. I would never allow myself to brush all of this out. I would be insane. I've seen matted dogs, severely matted dogs. This is a matted dog, it's not severely matted. And it's just, again, stuff happened. It's personal. It's I don't want to mention it here because it's personal to them, to him, to the owner. So I don't need to mention what the reasons were, but they're very, very I completely understand. But Fluffy comes in every 8 weeks. I see her regularly, so. All right. So she's going to be a little shorter. I don't mind having her shorter in different areas and longer in other areas. Unless it looks really funny, I'll try to fix it, but I don't mind that. So right now, that's good enough. There's still a little matting there, but I want to get her to the tub, and I'll work this later. I want to get her to the tub. Get rid of that here. So if there's any questions, guys, this is completely live. I'm right here with you guys, and I can answer any question you got about grooming or whatever your question is. And see how it's got to be done meticulously. See how I changed my direction of my blade, of my clipper? You got to work around bone, soft tissue, muscle, I felt so bad yesterday when I nicked a little pup. It's a rarity. It doesn't happen very often where that happens, but it happens. So all of this, there's no way that I would use a 7 blade for that, so I'm coming in with my 10 here. I'm going to try to this properly here. And yeah, I wanted to come in an angle like this way and this way, sideways. All right, and if this little one had little teats, you'd have to be careful with that too. Even if you're using your 10 blade, you still got to be careful. So I'm just going to come in and do this part here in reverse. This is the whole belly here. You got to be careful when you're doing this here. There's those flaps. You got to try to follow the curvature of the leg. And when you go in reverse, like I'm doing right now, it makes it even shorter. So here, honey, I'm going to set this down. Always be sure to check your blade. That's getting a little warm for my taste. So we're going to change blades. It's still a 10 blade. I almost dropped it. Still a 10 blade, but at least this one's colder now. So I'm going to let this one cool off. It's best to have a few blades, not only one blade. You need a few blades. And when a blade decides that it doesn't cut anymore, it doesn't cut anymore. It just, from one moment to the other, it can just decide it does not want to cut anymore. For some weird reason, that's how that works. So it's best to have more than one. You don't want to be stuck without a blade. All right, we're going to get under there. And this girl, I usually give her a 10 millimeter cut. That is a, oh, I wish I learned these by heart. That's the 6, sorry about that. 10 millimeter is the blue Andis here. It is the number 2 comb, and it is 10 millimeter. It is 3/8 inch. Guys, I gotta learn this by heart, okay? All right, so we're gonna continue. But that's what the length that she usually gets. Her dad and mom like her nice and short, but she still gets nice and fluffy legs, right? No, she doesn't like that. And she tries to bite, right, guys? Remember I was saying that she tries to bite whenever we're doing the feet, like clipping the nails. Her dad just asked me if she has to wear a cone when I groom her legs. And I told him no, I use the groomer's helper. So if you guys don't know what the groomer's helper is, once she's on the table, after she's dried, I'm going to show you exactly what that is. You're going to bite me? Because this dog can bite, by the way, guys. She's tried before. She's offered me many bites. I'm having trouble with this here. Hang on. No, there she's growling. So I'm going to wait. Her patience is running thin. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to give her bath. Finish her feet here. Give her a break for the front. Oh yeah, I was going to use a 10 there. Yeah. All right. Why did I just change my? I thought I was done back here. What is that? That's always scary when you see something in there. Look, there's something red. I thought there was blood. My God, no. It's just she just had something in her hair there. Oh, Fluffy, don't scare me. All right. So again, we're going back with the 10. I'm sorry, guys. I put my 10 back on because I needed to do this feet here, just where the knots are. I'll finish this off with a 7. But all of that needs to go down with the 10. Can I see the inside of your leg here, hon? You okay with that? It's got to all come off. The inside here. Not always easy to do the inside of their legs. I sure hope she doesn't bite me today. As I mentioned a while ago, all of this needs to be done with the 10 blade. Let's see if she lets me do this. I'm just analyzing here. It's always best to move slowly. You know, when you have a biting dog. Look at that, there's poop there. I'm so sorry about this, guys. I'm just going to go around. Try to get that poop out. All right. I'm gonna have to clean that blade because there's poop on there. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm going to use a different 10 blade because there was poop on there. Can I do this other leg, honey? We gotta get to the bath. He's not happy. He's holding her head down. He's not too happy. So yeah, I don't use muzzles, but I do use a groomer's helper. I could use an e-collar. I never use the e-collar, but yeah, that's what he was asking me. He was asking me if I use the e-collar or a muzzle, but all right. So there's no mats there, so I'm still gonna go, oh, here, there's a mat back there, but she didn't want me to, she wasn't really happy with me doing her legs back here. Take that out. I'm just holding her legs up in the back, guys. She's all good. You mad at me, Fluffy? Can I hold that? Are you gonna bite? So you come in slowly and just you kind of get the feel of what they're allowing you to do. I think we're done with the 10 blade. Come back in with the 7. Lots of blades here. Okay, just gonna try to clear this up. I just don't want to do a 10 blade on her toes. Then she'll look kind of naked if I do that. Already, she's pretty naked right now, so. Okay. The leg. Let's do the reverse here. I don't do the reverse on the toes, but I do the reverse in that curvature and behind the legs. Locking that leg, I just hold her here and I'm holding her knee. So I'm going to lift her. She's locked, so she can't pull her knee back. Okay. Try to lock her leg here too. I don't want her getting mad at me. And careful, guys, because some dogs have a dew claw back here. You don't want to catch that dew claw. Alrighty, girl. Okay. You know, can I see the front one more time, or are you going to get mad at me? Can I do the front just a little bit? Just a little bit. Can I do that? Okay, she's okay. Now, Fluffy. I'm really trying to get all of this on camera. Not easy how there's different angles, right? So that's for sure I'm going to have to do while she's tied, because she's, like her dad said, he says, are you using an e-collar and whatnot? And I said, no, because I tried to do her feet and she just wanted to eat me alive. So I'm going to bring her to the bath. I may have to set my camera differently, like put it on a, because I think it'll be easier to wash without the camera on me. Hang on. I'm just going to bring her to the bathtub. Now that we got pretty much all of those mats off. Tie you up, hun. Yes, tie you up. And I am going to set my camera. Bear with me, guys. I don't want to make you dizzy, but I am going to sit my camera here. So during the time that I'm washing her, I won't be able to see if there's any questions and whatnot, but I'm going to set her here. Oh, I'm seeing here. Hang on. I'm going to, because washing her with having her on top, like I'm over here. Hello. Washing her, I don't know if this is okay, but washing her with this here, as you see, that might not be too comfortable. So set this up so you can see well. That should be good, guys. Yeah, honey, I'm coming. Okay. So we got the water going. I'm going to put my gloves on. I wear gloves because my hands get pretty dry quickly because my hands are always in the water. I also have to put I don't want to get all wet. Oh, and I have to tie it up like that. I can't tie it up with the gloves. You're okay. Are we taking a nice bath here? Now I'll see, in general, I usually give 2 shampoos, but today I'll see. I'll see how my bubbles bubble up. I may do like just the tail and the head twice. Okay. You don't like the bath. You don't like the bath. Hang on, honey. Hang on. Hang on, you're okay. Hang on, Fluffy. Oh boy. Okay, so you guys are gonna have your money's worth here. Fluffy, Fluffy. I wanted to hold those ears down. She won't let me. Okay. You gotta be calm, honey. Be calm. I'm using a 2-in-1 here. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's bubbling up fun for me. And you got lots of suds coming up. And you know your dog is pretty clean. I haven't seen her in a while, but all that coat has been kind of protecting her skin, I guess. That tail might need a second. Second, scrub it up. Should I get back here? There's pretty good bubbles there too, but I'll see. I will see. So it's more her head that she doesn't like, or the, just the sound of the water, I guess. So. Really, little girl. Hang on. Toes. So guys, this is the time to ask me questions. I can't see the questions right away though, but if you have any questions, I will reply to them in just a few minutes once I get her off, out of the bath. I'm going to have to keep you on the tripod instead of on me, so you won't have the same view the time that I dry her. I guess I'll do her eyes and her ears that way. So, well, I have the camera on me. Yeah, I don't have my, I didn't set up my mic, so the sound you're hearing is straight from the camera, straight from the phone. Let's take this, loosen this up a bit so I can get to your neck. And when you have nervous dogs like this, you just want to get the groom done as quickly as possible. I don't mean to work fast, I mean to work efficiently. You want the dog off the table as soon as you can. And Fluffy's very, she's shaking right now, and her body is really tensed up because she doesn't want to be groomed. Her dad walked in with her, and she's like, no, I want to go with you, Dad. So, yeah, Fluff, look at the facey, fluffy face. Your face isn't white anymore. It's all beige and dirty and dingy. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'm live every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I upload new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So check your time zones. If I'm not live on the Wednesday at 10, it may be because a client refused that I, go live with the dog. Not every pet parent wants their dog on video. So that may be that I just show up at 12:30 instead. And remember to check your time zone. So that's 10 a.m. Eastern time. Can I do your little nosy here? Yeah. Look, there's a fishy there. There's a fishy. There's a fishy right there. What's my fish? My fish, Will. Here, Will. He just came to visit. He came to visit Fluffy right at the sink. There are some dogs that just go nuts when they see my fish come up to them like that. It's too funny. Okay, so Fluffy doesn't like her head rinsed, so I'm going to just try to, to get a little more of this rubbing done here, because I'm not going to do a second shampoo on her head. I really want to make sure the first time is a go. So they always get pretty greasy all around that ear. So no soap in the ear, just on the edge here. Again, she doesn't like her head rinsed, so dogs that do not like, that fight me in the bath, they don't get two shampoos. I just try to do the best I can. The first shampoo, I might take some of the shampoo off like that, and then just add more. Because I'm not going to be, you don't want to fight the dogs. If you're fighting the dog, you may be having trouble down the line. I mean, you could hurt the dog. The dog could hurt its back. You could hurt your back. Just don't want any fighting. Just for the first go around, and if you can't. That's what it is. Okay? Those ears seem fine. She had pretty greasy ears. Oh yeah, I remember the last time. Yeah, he told me she had an ear infection, so they had to give her that greasy medication. That medication is so hard to wash out. Okay, hon. Let's try this, guys, and see how she does with the rinse. She likes to fight. Okay? You left me a nice mess on the table and on the ground back there. She's going to warmth with my elbow, so we're going to do her body. We'll be coming with a second shampoo on her tail, just a little bit back here. All right, I just had to do it. You're fine with your tail. So if you're grooming at home, you really want one of those little baskets that go in the drain hole, because all this hair just comes out, and you'll have many visits from the plumber if you do not put one of those little baskets. You can buy them on Amazon or dollar store, or they're pretty cheap. Better than the plumber. Better than the plumber. So I've been grooming 15 years in this house here, in my little nook, and I'm just holding her nose down because I don't want any water in her nose. See how there's no water going to her nose? Yeah, pulling a bit, but at least I'm not choking her with the water. Yeah, so in those 15 years I haven't had any plumbing problems, so I am here touching some wood here to be sure. Be sure that I don't jinx myself with that one. Here. All right, hang on. So as you noticed, I just took all of that water you know, I absorbed it with my towel there so that I can hold those ears down while I rinse her. I don't want to squish any water in her ears. One more, hon. One more. Now I got to pinch your ear here. Pinch the ear. Be sure there's no water there, so that's why I use the towel. Because if you pinch the ear while the ear is wet, you're just definitely going to get some water squeezed into there. So see how I absorbed all that water with the towel? So that's how I do it. There's different ways. You know. This is just how I do it. Look at all that, guys. A lot of hair. Throw that out. We're done? Are we done? I need you to get to your face. Yeah. To your face. Clean you all up. I haven't seen you in a while. For those who just showed up, her name is Fluffy. She's an 8-year-old Coton Tulear. She is matted up under her belly, around her arms, under her arms, and in the back legs. Also, so we had no choice but to shave her down. We're not giving her complete shave down in the sense that her face won't be shaved and her tail won't be shaved. No, we're going to do a little bit of dignity. There, that's good enough, guys. You got to be really, really sure they're really rinsed out well. You got to look down at your drain, and if there's still any soap residue, you're not done working. You're not done rinsing. And the reason why you really rinse well, of course, it's obvious. You don't want the dog going home itchy. If you've had any complaints, you know, you're a new groomer and you've had complaints that your dog is itchy, you know, the client says, hey, how come my dog is so itchy ever since she came back from her groom or his groom? That doesn't necessarily mean it's the shampoo. It could be the rinsing. There. So, rinsing your dog thoroughly is important. And if you're not using a 2-in-1 and you're just using the shampoo, that could be another reason. So it's shampoo and conditioner or a good 2-in-1. So this is a 2-in-1 that I'm using. It's the, which one is this? It's this one here, the 2-in-1 shampoo, SOOS, Dead Sea Spa Products. It's shampoo and conditioner together. That's actually, you know, I bought this one. I usually use the Tropiclean. I love the Tropiclean 2-in-1. But this one, there was no more where I usually buy, and there was no more. Okay, so the reviews were really good for this one, so I decided to try it out, and I actually really like it. So I bought a second jug. All right, I'm going to close this light. Bring me to the table, guys. Just give me a second here. There's a lot of hair on that table. Check this out. Look at that. Oh, I just took the hair out. Look at all of that on the ground right there. A whole bunch on the ground. So I'm just going to bring her to the table. Hang on. Oh, bear with me, guys. I only got 2 hands here. I need to secure her here. Wait. I just want to be sure you don't spray too much on me. Alright. So, don't spray too much on me. And I'm actually going to have to, whoops, there goes the camera. Hey, little one. Right here. Gotta get rid of this. As soon as I start the hair dryer, that's going to go flying around. We don't want that. Are we good, honey? Let's go. I just needed to take that out. Yes, I'm gonna put one of those little. Where is it? Where I put it? There it is. This. Okay, I'm gonna set the camera back on me here. Do you groom big dogs, Snow Princess? No, actually I don't groom big dogs. I only groom small dogs, 20 pounds and under. I have a back problem. And yeah, what groomer doesn't have a back problem, right? But this is my business that I'm running, so I chose to only do small dogs. Can I do this? You want to wear this? So that you're not so cold while I check out your ears and I check out your eyes. I just got this new one, it's so cute. Give me a second, hang on. Can I take this off a second? No, you don't want me to? I usually have to take this off a second, hang on. Take it off. What are you doing, lady? I'm trying to get it on. I find it really cute, but I don't, I prefer the ones that you just throw over the back and not have to put through the head because it's just not as convenient, I find. But the other one I have, the little rubber ducky I have, is dirty. It's in the wash, so I gotta wash that one. There you go. You got your little house, your bathrobe on. Okay, let's check out those eyes, see what's going on. Okay, let's get in nice and close. Look at that. We got some poop. I don't know why they do that. Anytime you go in the eyes or the ears, they just want to sniff and smell and see what came out of there. So there's a lot of poops that came out of there. I'll wipe that off. There. Okay, hon, can I see you again? Can you come back? Come here. Come on. All right. I'm just going to lift this up a bit. Right there. And I'm going to come in with my scissors. And she's being good. She's being good. Come on, be good. She's being good. I'm just going to snip some of that out of there. So we start seeing her eyes. The reason why I snip that, of course it's long, because it's long, obviously. But you snip it, and then you come in with your eye wash. Wash her eyes. Ugh. So obviously, guys, I'm sorry for the moving around, but it's what it is when you're live. Huh? It is what it is. There's just a little bit too much product on there, so I'm just going to squeeze that out. All right, come back here, Fluffy. Fluffy, show me your face. I'm going to wipe that up a bit. Corner of your eyes. Good girl. Does such a good job. There. All right, let's throw this out. Let's see what's going on in those ears. Oh, so she's going to need some shaving. So I got these here. These are my little shavers that I use inside the ear. So instead of pulling all of the hair out, you can pluck if you want. I just find this convenient. I like how it just shaves easily and you don't have to pull it all out. But if the dog's ear is too matted up, of course, the inside, I may have to pluck. But when they've got just a little like this, no. She doesn't need to have it all removed. As long as there's air in there, no, you're okay. So these shavers are just great. I just hold it like this and I just shave. I want to show you what I mean. I'm going to take a little piece of hair here. See this? Watch this. There. It just shaves it off. And I like to, okay, and she's a little difficult. I use a different color, like a different one. When you buy these, the ones I got, they're just a whole bunch of different colors, right? So I did the black one in one ear, and I'm not going to do the pink one in the other ear, just to be sure that, I get this right. You can turn also. I do some turning. You can just twist and turn and shake it, and it just shaves. It's just shaving, guys. It's not pulling it out. But sometimes you have to pluck, you know, it's like there are different ways to do this. You can cut, you can use your scissors, you know, as long as that ear just doesn't have any more hair in there. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be bare, completely bare, as long as there's airflow, right? So that's how I've been doing it, and it seems to be working pretty fine. No, some dogs do not like the plucking. They will fight me to the death. And definitely she doesn't like the plucking. So going in this way, I just find that it's fine. And if there's just a little bit of length, hang on, honey, I'll just cut there. There you go. She's not very tolerant. I mean, she will tolerate some ear cleaning. See that? It's dirty. That was dirty. When you use a fresh one, can I see your ear, hon? She's got mats behind her ears. Can I see that? Can I get in there? There are different ways to clean the dog's ears. There was a while I was using baby wipes. That's how they showed me how to, just with the baby wipe is fine. Unless it's really, really badly dirty, then you can pour some product in there so it can get in really deep. But she's not that bad, so we're all good. I'm gonna add, oh, I was almost forgetting. I'm gonna add some of this conditioning spray to her tail. She's got a few little mats there. Can I add some to your face? Here, I know you don't like it, so I'll just spray it on my hand. No. Just little shots there. All right. I find that you're hanging out on the edge a little too much for my liking, but you're doing good. All right, so done all the clean. Oh no, there's one more area to clean. This poopy area back here. So don't look if you don't want to see this. Oh yeah, I taken it all off a while ago. Usually I might come in with my comb here. She's fine, but if there's poops back there, you can use that comb as long as you wipe up all that debris, wash it with soap or whatnot, or like for now, I'm just putting alcohol on there. Let me spray some alcohol. All right, let's get to a little bit of the brushing for your tail. I'm going to use a wet brush. Start with the wet brush. Are you going to get mad at me? She's the type that as soon as there's a little snag, she gets really mad. See this? I am not going to be cutting that, brushing that. She's going to be really, really, really angry with me if I do that. You know, you write everything down on the card to be sure that next time you work with the dog that you're doing it the way the dog wants you to do it, or else the dog will get mad at you. So she doesn't like much brushing. So I'm just going to take all of that out because I don't want her biting me, because she does bite. As soon as there's a pulling or something, she'll bite. Can I comb this? Can I brush this? Or are you going to get mad? She might tolerate it. And fluffy. Fluffy, fluffy. I'm going to cut more of that out. It is what it is, guys. Sometimes you have to. I want to keep my fingers. And I don't want her mad at me. So this is just a quick brush with the wet brush. And the wet brush has just these little blue nibs here. So hello to Asta. Hi. Can I get a shout out? Oh, hello, Asta. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. So shout out to you for sure, guys. Well, not guys, but I mean for you, a shout out to the guys, to all the guys. Guys and gals. I mean, when I say guys, I mean people, you know what I mean. Oh, I'm over explaining. All right. So yeah, look at this back here. There's no brushing that's going to happen here. None whatsoever. I'm going to use the clipper and I'm going to clip that. can brush in the front. Can I brush underneath? You know what? I gave her a wash and she just does not. She's still like beige. Is that your color? I think that's her color. Yeah, she's not white in her face. That's funny. You can see all of the, the beige going on in here. All right, so I'm going to spray this down with alcohol again. Here. See again, because I spray it down regularly. Okay, put everything away, and now we're going to get to drying. And we shall see how that goes. So if you're wearing a headset, you may want to lower the audio because the dryer is loud. I'm going to show you my Dews. See how the Dews goes. I have a new dryer. It's called the Dews. Guys, let's get her dry so we can get her off the table. All right. I need another towel here because I need to put this around the belly band. I'm going to use a belly band so that she doesn't turn all the time while I'm trying to dry her. And this little belly band here, just put a towel underneath because I think it's a little more comfortable for her. There. All right. So I usually use the head happy hoodie, but she doesn't like it. She fights it. She takes it off with her paws, so I cannot use it for her today. So let's get her dry. You're going to notice that the way I dry is I go section to section. I'll do the leg, tail, chest, top. I do sections, and then I'll flip her around and do the other side. Okay, so here we go. Lots of noise. Tail done. Doesn't have to be 100% dry because it'll dry out during the rest of the week. Side. You should dry pretty quick, right? It's pretty short. Alright, this leg. Can I have your top? Once I start moving her feet, I'm going to have to set her on the river topic. So just put her on really like a bite. Maybe she'll do a good job today. See how she does. One side done. I do not do the head with the force dryer. I used to. You can, as long as you're bringing the dryer really far from the head. You don't want to bring the force dryer right to the dog's face. know, especially like close to the ears. Try it on yourself. See how that feels. Bring the fork right close to your head. Bring it right close to your ear. You're probably going to hurt your eardrum or something. I don't think it's a good idea to do that. Okay, you got to get your bum dry, huh? So hopefully next time I see her, hopefully when I get to know you, of course, it should be, and then we'll give her a nice cut. Just roll back out and give her a nice cut. Turn this one off. Sorry for the funny camera views here and for all the moving around, but I have to work and this is what it is. Oops. All right. So I didn't expect that I could do the drawing with a camera on me like that. So what I'm going to do next is have a sip of my coffee. And I'm going to pull out the new dryer here, which is the Do's. I just love this. You don't need your hands, you know, hands free. I just want to be sure it's plugged in first before I move along. Just plugging this in, guys. Click the reset. Is that it? There you go. We'll see how she takes this. I have a few different dryers for different situations, and I'm going to see how she takes this here. I'm going to pull out my little brush. If she doesn't want the Do's, then we're going to use something else. And what's fun about this dryer is, well, it's strong enough, but it's not too strong to, I mean, I could put my face in it. It's just like a light wind. As you see, it's just like a light wind. And you have different heat settings here, but I keep it on the lowest heat because I find it's too warm, really too warm. Unless you really want to get something straightened out, like there's some curls and all that you want to get in there, but I think that it's really warm. So I just leave it there. I put it on the high, the strength is on high. And yeah, I just brush out a bit and just let that dry. And from one dog to another, you know, I have different dryers also. So each dog gets what they like, I guess. So I'll write it down on their card. Like I'll write Do's okay, or the brush dryer okay. Never use whatever specific dryer, and, you know, I'll have to write that down all the time. And if you do use, as I was saying, if you do use the force dryer to dry their hair, their faces, coming in with the dryer like this on the face, I mean, it's not necessarily the best way to go. I used to do that. They were, you know, where I learned. They were showing me you're just getting close, and, you know, I used to do that, but Now that I discovered other dryers, that's like, where were these dryers before? I prefer this way. I prefer this way. I'm not saying I've never tried that. I'm just saying that now that I see that there are different options, which I did not know I had before, you know. So that's why I do it the way I do it now. And it's okay if the dog's head is not completely dry. I mean, if you're in competitive grooming, of course you're going to want to dry and straighten out that hair as best as you can. But as I said, I don't like Fluffy being on the table too long. I don't like the dogs being on the table too long because they are stressed. Some are relaxed, but they can be stressed. And if they are, then stress isn't so good, right? Because once you're stressed, your immune system shuts off. And that's when it's like opening the door to all kinds of bad stuff. I don't want her to be stressed. It's nice and quiet when I'm not talking, right? So yeah, you can just bend this the way you want. So she's got mats back there that I'm not going to be drying really. I'm just going to shape that out. I'm kind of just lightly scratching and, you know, petting her hair to get that hair to separate. The better you separate the hair, you know, that's why brushing and drying is best. Because separating the hair helps dry faster and nice and straight. Doesn't like this around her little nose. No, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Pretend that your head is out of the window in the car. Huh? Just pretend that. Feels the same. This side here. Okay, Fluff. You're all good. You're all good, Fluffy. You're not as fluffy as you were on your faces, but she won't let me brush that part of her face. Hang on. Just a little more drying. There are so many steps to grooming a dog. And you'd think, oh, she's just shaved, so that's pretty easy. You just need to wash and dry. And I've had a client call me at one point. It wasn't a regular client, and the client just asked me, could you just you can't take my dog between two dogs? It's like, no, I can't take your dog between two dogs. So it's just, you just need to shave and wash. It'll be a quick thing. All right, so yeah. So believe me, if I could take a dog between my two dogs, there would be already a dog there, you know, because that's the time that's allowed. You know, I groom one dog, then I got another dog coming in, you know. So I'm not wasting any time between dogs. But yeah, it's normal, you know. Not everyone understands the process. Not everyone understands how much work it takes. And it does take work. And you know, I'll post a video, and it'll be a 20-minute video or sometimes longer, half hour, 40 minutes. But that dog, in reality, took me an hour and a half. And this is what's going to happen here too. It was 10 after when I started, I think. So usually by 11:30 I should be done. It's 10 after 11. But because it's live and I'm talking, for some reason it's always a little longer. For sure I'm showing you guys stuff and okay, we won't touch that. I won't touch it, not for now, but I'll have to brush it later. All right, that's good enough, guys. I'm just going to set this dryer aside, And we're going to shave her pads here. We're all done, honey. Oh yeah, shave your pads. That means I'm going to set her to the groomer's helper. I don't remember if shaving her pads was an issue, but I'm just going to set her up like this. Am I zoomed in? Can you zoom in and zoom out when you're... No, I can't. Okay, because I'm close here. So this is the groomer's helper. All it is it's the same thing. I'm just tying her to this lead instead. And I'm going to clip this, and I'm going to pull this, bring her closer to that. So she's going to pull. She might want to fight. But I have no choice to tie her like that. So she's just tied to the pole. She has this, so she can't fall off. So she might want to fight me. I'm going to use a 30 blade. Bring in my 10 just in case, because if she decides to, she wants to kick, then I'll switch from my 30 blade to my 10 for her feet because I don't want to cut her. So this is where Dad says usually she just wants to eat him alive. So let's see, maybe she'll be a little shy with me. She's usually not shy. But it says, for her feet, best that I use the groomer's helper. And just because I tied her up, now she's probably not going to do anything, and then, no, I'm not taking any chances. She's tried to bite me before. I guess she probably has better days than others, like us. Yeah. So this is 30 blade. Get right in there. I don't want to dig too much with the 30 blade. Some groomers will use a 40 blade. I'm fine with 30. I don't have a 40 blade. 40 is pretty short also. And some dogs, it's best to use a 10 blade. I have one dog that's so sensitive and it's got all kinds of bumps, and so I don't use my 30 blade on those types of feet because I don't want to cut them. See how that cuts, guys? It cuts so much. Nice and sharp. So yeah, older dogs sometimes have like extra keratin, and they have these little weird hairy, it's just weird. All that skin is just different, and there could be bumps and cracks and crevices. So I'll just do 10 blade instead. All right, nails. A little bit of wiggling, guys. We get our nails done. Nails done. Where's my other? Oh, here. Just in case. Can I do your nails, hon? I'm gonna do your nails. No, she's growling. She just growled. You're okay. She's growling at me. Hear it? Good girl. What's that doing there? She growling at me. She not happy with me. 1, 2, 3, that's fine. 4. All right. Don't do that, honey. Just did. Why is that there? Hang on. All right. This is bothering her here. Okay. Can I take this paw here? Don't. Are you okay? You're good. Okay. So just sit closer. You mad at me? So a growl is, it's right before the bite. They're warning you. Some dogs don't warn. Some dogs just snap and bite. Especially like, I've heard that chow chows, I think chow chows do that. There's no warning. And there are groomers that refuse chow chows. So. Really? I think I'd like to bring that down a bit with some, with my Dremel. Hello, Dremel. There it is. Can we do your Dremel? I dropped everything. Can we Dremel your foot here? We'll bring all of that hair back. No, just a little, honey. Just a little because I'm having trouble bringing this down because I don't want you to bite. Okay, honey. Okay, honey. Wait a minute. She's not a happy camper. See how long her toenails are? I mean, I cut some off, but... No, honey. Oh, hang on. Just a little. Okay. I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop there. I don't want her to hurt her neck. I mean, the groomer's helper is great, but you have to still be sure that they're not hurting themselves. I'm having trouble here. Can you stand, honey? There. Bear with me, guys. It's not... No. Here. No. Hang on. One more here, and then I gotta check your thumbs. So I'm not gonna use the Dremel. She's just, if she's pulling and, you know, they'll yank. Sometimes they'll yank really hard on the groomer's helper, and I don't want her to hurt herself. So yeah, Dad was mentioning that I'm going in with the kitty nippers because I have trouble sometimes using those bigger clippers. Can we come in this way then? I'm having trouble seeing your toe here. Sometimes those toes are tight. Right there. No. Okay. So while she's tied there, I'm done the nails. While she's tied there, I am going to shave her feet. What's going on? Okay, what is going on? There, okay. So I'm just gonna shave down her legs and her feet. I mean, she's fine for her legs. It's just that when I get to her feet, so this is the 7 blade, so I'm just gonna clean this up. I usually start with the whole body and then continue on the legs afterwards. But while she's on the groomer's helper, I'm just gonna do this. I don't do reverse over here. I start my reverse there because I don't want to show those toenails too much. Unless the client is asking me to show more toenail, but in general, I don't get that if they don't ask me to do that. So you never know. I just find it looks nicer. So they all, you know, some dogs have those toenails nice and spread out, those toes. So this is live, guys. If ever you have any questions. And for those who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010, and I own my little business here. I've been doing this for a long while now. Some of my clients, some of the dogs I groom are like 14, 13 years old. I've been grooming them their whole life. You know, grooming them for all that time. Watch this flap here. I want to come straight down. You never want to do this. You don't want to do that. You'll get the skin in there. All right. So as you see, I took some of this off here. Just want to make this clean, this area. I'll fix that with my scissors after. All right. So that side's done. We're going to get this leg done. Can we do the front, hon? It's just your feet, huh? You're okay. You're not too bad with your feet in the front. It's just when we cut your nails, right? I guess. But at one point, I was grooming her and I was doing her legs, and she just decided to bite me. I mean, she didn't offer a huge bite, but it was still like a snap. And it's like, right now I see that she's fine. So that's why for her legs at least, I still keep her on the groomer's helper. It's like, you know, she's already there, why not? She's already tied, why not? You know, the clipper, there are little areas that the clipper can't get. So I just finished that off with a pair of scissors. Almost done, Fluffy. Do the back leg here. Once again, I'm going to come in and do a reverse. This is going to go flat down, straight down, and then a reverse afterwards. Just because I want to keep those little toes hidden. I do reverse here too because there's this little pocket, this hole here. When you're coming down this way, you can't catch that here. So that's the only reason why I do it. You got to be careful. Sometimes they'll have a little toenail there, a little toe. You don't want to catch that toe. And you don't want to come in reverse this way. Think of your blade. Think of how the blade is made and think of how the angles are, you know. Accidents do happen. They do happen, and then you learn. It's not like I've never had an accident. Fortunately, they were always a little minor cut. But you learn as you go, right? And you'll be taught something, and sometimes you'll learn best when you make that mistake. It's like life, right? Sorry, I had to clear my throat. You do the front. We're all good, Fluffy. You're good for your feet. Yes, you're good for your feet in the front, like that. I know. I don't take chances, though. And then we're going to do your face. She has some matting there. I'll have to go underneath there once I untie her. And yeah, I do go reverse and then come in this way. Because there's like, the hair grows one way and then it grows the other way. So I just find it makes it neater, cleaner. Ooh. No. See, she's like, don't touch me, lady. Let go of my legs. So I let the client know that it may be a little longer, you know, Fluffy might have a little longer of a groom because of her matting. As I was explaining a while ago, just because you're shaving down the dog, my client thought that shaving down would be faster. I mean, it would be faster if there's no mats. So I'm going to take her off. You know, she doesn't need to be on this for the whole groom. It's only when I do her pads and nails, and I figured why not keep her on there while I shave the rest of her paws, just in case. All right, because she still is a good girl. She likes to offer me some biting sometimes, but she still is a good girl and I still love her. All right. No, hon. So I've been grooming her since 2023, September 2023. Can we stand, hon? Can you stand up? Show me that belly. Oh, wow, look at that belly. She has hernia. Little hernia here. Forgot about that. So when doing this part here, you don't want to come down like that. You want to go side. Okay. And lightly. And I like to come in and do a nice reverse here. And again, if she had little teats there, you would have to be sure you don't catch that, right? Put you under here, and I'm going to have to shave with the... Why is that beeping? Oh no, really? Okay. A while ago, she wasn't really happy with me doing her underarms. I mean, she was kind of pulling. So I gave her a break for that, so I'm going to come back in and I'm going to try it again. Sometimes those little mats under the arms, see how matted that is? Oh, she's growling at me now. Okay, well, how am I going to get that done, honey? She doesn't like that. Try to keep your head down. Don't bite. Okay, no biting, no growling. You're okay, you're okay. See, you're done. Oh yeah, another growl. Did you hear, Fluffy? Look at her growling at me. See? There's a little, is that a nick, guys? That's a little nick here. See a little dot there? And that happens when there's mats, you know? Please don't bite. Oh, okay, that's good enough. See, that does happen, but it's really tiny. There's not, I'm gonna let her daddy know that she's got a little nick here. But again, that does happen when there's mats that are stuck to the skin, and we do our best. All right, so let's shave back here. Great. Now that's going to be beeping the whole time that I finish my groom. Sorry about the beeping, guys. No. I put a 10. I got to put the 10 back on. I'm not doing that. It seems a little tight, so I'm going to take a 10. That's pretty short, but I have no choice but to take that out. See how short that is? Try this side here, huh? This is huge, this mat. It'll be pretty short. We're starting you over, honey. 2025, a new girl. I saw her in December last time, so she doesn't like, as soon as there's a little bit of pulling, she may growl. That's why she was growling at me when I was doing the back there. All right, so I'm just going to cut all around her ear flap here. She's shaped down, so I don't want her to have a huge head. So, oh, I wasn't showing you, sorry. Camera was turned. All I'm doing is just cutting all around that ear. We're going to start like this, and we'll fix it afterwards. I'm just taking bulk off right now. Nothing is finished. It looks like doo-doo right now, so we're just working around the mats, working around the ears. You know, there's some knotting in there. I'm just cutting through them, through the knots. It's best always to cut away from the ear. Yeah, sorry about that, honey, I know. So let's see. Is there any, got to do the top of her head, so top of your head. 16. I think I'd go shorter since you're shaved. Let's do 13. I want to balance that out. Yeah, we're going to do 13. 13 millimeter here. That is right here. Not even funny. I hadn't put it away. So I got to switch this over to a 30. You can do it with a 10 also. Just don't do it with a 40 blade. Especially with metal combs like this. That'll be bad. That'll break everything. So I'm doing a 13 on the top of her head. Usually I'll do a 16. When I say 13, I'm talking millimeters. And that is the orange. And this comb is that the number 1 comb here. That would be a 1/2 inch. So she gets a 1/2 inch on the top of her head. I'm going to just snip all of this away really quickly. I'm taking bulk out. That's why I'm using these scissors. It's just to take bulk out. And then we'll come in with the nicer, the better scissors. Like which ones am I talking about here, guys? I'm kind of in the zone. I'm talking, but then I'm getting lost. Hey, I hadn't done this part. Wait a minute. What's going on? Hey, where's my brain? That's my oven telling me my dishwasher is done. And I put hey guys, I got to do this whole neck here. I didn't do that. I usually put the timer because my dishwasher's broken and I don't want the heater to go off in the dishwasher, the heating element, and it's broken, and it just, even if I say I don't want the element to go off, to start whatever, it still heats. So I put my timer there so that I can go stop the dishwasher, but I'm fine. Right now, I'll just finish this groom here. Sorry, I had to do that. I forgot to do that part. Huh? Where was my brain? Now let's chunk a lot of this off. There's too much, look at how much, there's too much head compared to the body, right? So I'm just going to chunk it all off. And we're just chunking, okay? We'll make it all nice after. Right now, I'm just taking out bulk. It won't look nice right now, but we'll make it look nice. I just want to get rid of all of that bulk here. Okay, see, took some bulk off there. We take a lot more bulk here. Look at all of that face. There's too much face. What are we doing with all that face? And you can use your straights for this if you want. I just like using my peacocks here. These are the peacocks from Kenshi. They're the very aggressive thinners. And I'm just chunking it all off so that I can get to that face. Yeah. And a while ago, she did not want me to brush her hair. So I have no choice, honey, but I gotta brush you. She's not as annoyed as she was a while ago, because a while ago I was using the dryer, the hair dryer. So I'm gonna take all of that out. He likes a nice short muzzle. Take all of this out on the side too. There you go. Yes, Snow Princess. 7 reverse. Yes, I was using my 7 in reverse for the legs. A part of the legs. There's another question. It looks like my dog. Oh yeah, I groomed a dog yesterday. That's the video that will be uploaded on Friday. Same thing for me, Barbie Ava. Same thing for me. I have this dog. I had a dog, passed away last year, and yesterday I was grooming a dog that looked exactly like my Samu. So I am cutting the eyelashes. If the client does not ask me for eyelashes, then I just cut them. Sometimes some people want me to keep the eyelashes. You gonna be good for me, honey? You gonna let me cut here? See how I'm coming with my straights? I'm coming with my straights. Coming with my curves, whatever, like these here, trunkers, you can use these. When I start getting closer, well, whoops. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna fluff this all up. So this is all, I'm just bulking. This is a lot, there's a lot of bulk I'm just taking out. The cut right now is all about just taking out all of this stuff. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to fix everything. Okay? There's a mat there. I'm just going to cut through that knot. See how this cuts? My. It cuts and it leaves a lot of scissor marks. For it not to leave scissor marks, you got to keep moving this way, not just staying like, because then it'll cause these little marks. Okay, we almost done? We still got a little ways to go. All right, so there's a yucker there. Cut that out. Go with my curves here. It'll all start pulling together, guys. You'll see. When the dog has not been in for so long, there's a lot of bulk to come off. I like to get rid of all of that on the inside also. All that extra hair. So this is a shave down. A shave down, but not complete shave down, because I'm not cutting, I'm not shaving the face. But I completely shaved down the whole body. So now this is where all the nitpicking starts, right? Where I come in, it's like, okay, so how can I make this look good? Camera's moving around a bit, sorry. Just gonna fluff all of that up again. I use these scissors because they don't leave as many marks as the other one, as the other pair. Try to blend this in because see, remember, all back here, that was all shaved. Try to blend that in so that it doesn't create too much of a, you know, a gap, a hole there. Hang on, hang on, hang on. There, all right. Okay, move to the side. Back to the side, she's got some knots there. All of that needs to go. There. Let me fix this. And then see how I went from my bigger chunkers to these. These have less teeth. And then when I'm at the end, I'm going to use this one. It's like 40 something teeth on there. And I'm going to use that to soften everything up on the side here. I just want to make everything nice and equal, because that's what I do, right? I bulk everything out, then I make everything nice and equal with these, and then I just, you know, finish off with my others. Okay, so we got some kind of a thing going on here. Do the same thing on this side again. Pull more out. There's always more hair, guys. Just keep giving it a comb. There's always something popping out. It's like we're never done. Okay, this side, see how it's thicker on this side? So I'm going to just try to get rid of that here. And all of that also. Back to the ear. Let's get back to the ear. I think I have a hair in my finger over here. Does that happen to you guys? I get some in my feet. I get some in my fingers. Hair splinters. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I really do. They hurt. My husband laughs at me. He finds it so weird that I get a hair splinter. And it's like, he never gets them, you know, but I'll get them. Especially like if I have a little bit of hair in the sock or something. But that's why I don't wear socks. I wear my Adidas. And you would think that having my toes exposed like that I'd get hairs. But no, when I'm wearing a sock, you know, and the hair gets in the sock, well, the sock, the hair stands up between the, you know, in the material, and that's when it'll just stab into my foot. So when I'm wearing my Crocs or anything that's like, but these have little dots in there, so that kind of helps. It helps so that the hair doesn't doesn't stand. It just falls between the nooks and crannies. Anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Almost done, Fluffy. We're going to call your dad. So, yeah, the head part is always a lot of work. I find, anyway, for me. If you're a groomer or you groom your dog at home, what's the part that's the longest for you? In general meets the head, because it's like, especially when there was knots and mats, look, it's uneven. I don't like that. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. There. So yeah, it meets the head. I gotta cut more of that out here. We're going with the bulk. My bulkers. I'm going bonkers with my bulkers. So if you're just joining, I'm almost done this groom. And I'm live every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and I upload new videos Mondays and Fridays. I will be starting, what do you call them? Oh, yes, I'm coming. Memberships. Thank you. We'll be starting memberships. Once I hit 4,000 subscribers, I will be starting the memberships. And I'm going to be doing behind the scenes stuff, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff like around, show you around my yard. I want to show you guys my flowers and just everything. And of course I'll have educational videos for you. I don't want it to be just about the dog grooming, but we can do a little more than that. Offer you something just a little more. And it won't be, expensive. It'll be like $5 or something like that. $5 a month, or we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So see how all of this hair is sticking out? There. Now I'm going to go in with my softer, these here. My Kenchis, these are going to leave her with a softer, see how it blends in nicely? See how soft that looks? There. You do the same thing on this side. Instead of leaving any teeth marks, And you got to be patient with this one because it doesn't cut a lot. It's not made to do any. Oh, look at that. It's not made to do any. It cuts, but you had something stuck there and I did not see that. Let me go in and clean this out for you, madam. And how about this side? I'm so tired of hearing that thing beep. So where was I at? Anyhow, I'm anxious for the end of the day because I'm going to continue with my diamond painting. This is another thing we can talk about. Diamond painting. I don't know if any of you do any diamond painting, but I am crazy for diamond painting. And I started this huge diamond painting. I think it's one of the biggest ones ever. It's gorgeous. I'm going to hang that up in my room when I'm done. My daughter says, you're never going to finish that. But I will finish it. And I'll share that with you guys in the memberships. For sure, I will. You guys can see what I do. There you go. I'm also a singer-songwriter, so. And I've been playing music forever and a day. I have 6 albums, 5 or 6. And I've done some very cool things. I actually sang with Sarah McLachlan and Sheryl Crow. I ain't kidding you. In Detroit, back in '99, for the Lilith Fair. Dixie Chicks were there too. I was on stage with the Dixie Chicks, Queen Latifah. I had won a singing contest, and then I was allowed to open up the Lilith Fair show on the smaller stage and then join Sarah and the gang. And no, I don't. There's another album I would like to launch, but I am not going to launch any albums right now, but I am getting together with my old band, and we're going to do like a reunion type of thing. All right, guys, so elbow hair is the worst. Yes, when you get it on your elbow, Snow Princess, yes, I hear you. When you get it on your arm, I'm sorry for your dog's loss. Barbie, thank you for saying that. It is horrible. If you want to see what my pup looked like, and I find it's really too bad that I didn't get to film him while I was grooming, you know, because I had started my channel after all of this had happened, and I just find it unfortunate. Kind of looked like this. He was a little bigger, but you'll see in my video that I'm going to launch on this Friday. Yes, this Friday. That is my Samu, and I've had him for 15 years, and he was 7 weeks old when I got him. He was my dog. I mean, he was my dog. I just loved him. Okay, so I'm here every Wednesday, guys, and I upload every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time for live, and I upload every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Check your time zones. And yeah, I will be starting the memberships by the time I hit 4,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, help me out so we can get those memberships going. So thank you to Fluffy. Can we have a thank you, Fluffy, for being such a great model? Can everyone say thank you, Fluffy? Thank you, Fluffy, for being such a great model. All right, so I guess I will see you guys in the next video. So take care, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.